Hotline. Welcome to the Harold Washington Post 1987 Hotline TV show. It's your show. It's your show. So call in. I want to turn it over to that fantastic commander.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to our show this evening. And we're going to have a rocker today, I'm sorry, a guest is not going to appear this evening, but between me and this young man, my comrade, we got a lot to talk about.
Yes, we do.
We're going to also talk about, Veterans Assistance Commission, about how veterans could get help or seek help, in different levels like transportation, mortgage, or rent, utilities, food, burials, because see, that's another thing that we have to talk about, because see, it's not, we don't never get ready for that, but sometimes you need to, because the idea, you don't want to leave your family members behind and stuff. So, and other thing, and things about your records and stuff, things that you really need to know. And you're a veteran, this is the stuff that you need to know. Just like your DD-214, always keep it someplace close. Some may happen to you, have it in your Bible, next of kin or somebody. Have your important papers always available just in case something should happen. And then that way the people could get in touch with us, the VA or the American Legion or whatever it may be. But this is some things that you should know.
Also, I want to do a shout out to Dorothy Thomas and her sister Dolores, two beautiful senior citizens on the south side of Chicago. Thanks for tuning in. We want you to understand that the reason we do this show for veterans is to bring attention to some of the issues facing veterans. And we want the veterans to understand, if you don't participate in some of these programs, they're going to wipe them out. Monies has been set aside for these programs. Please take advantage of these programs. Now, little housekeeping note. As the commander talked about the Veterans Assistance Commission of Cook County, 2nd Congressional District, Robin Kelly is pleased to invite you to her 5th annual hiring event. So if you're a veteran looking for a job, get your resume together and go out to South Suburban College Gymnasium, 15800 South State Street, South Holland, Illinois, Friday, October the 27th, 2017, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. So if you're looking for a job, go out there. Commander,
Yes.
talk a little bit about the Harold Washington Post right quick.
Harold Washington Post started in 1995, and from there it grew. And the main thing that we deal with our community, and when I say our community, it's just not Brownsville. The whole city of Chicago is our community, and this is how we extend our support for you, and showing you about the things that we do for the people, veterans of the city of Chicago. Like I said, all over. And our district is in the 3rd district. It's from Harrison Street all the way to Chicago Heights. And then not only that, it's from anywhere part of Chicago to the borders of Indiana. But see, Harold Washington Post extends more greetings to our senior citizens, that's veterans out there in nursing homes. Because see, for one thing, we failed to realize, those people sitting up there, sometimes they don't have visitors. And they get lonely up in there. And these are the veterans that we forgot about. And then sometimes, it's so sad that, you want to help them, but you don't know how. And then next you know, you can't get them aid or assistance and stuff like that. So first thing you say, well, this would be your best choice. It may be, but see, they need somebody to visit them, somebody to talk to them, you know. And like every year, we go to nursing homes and we talk to the veterans, male and female, and we also ask them, you know, what do they need for Christmas. We have a list that we give out, and that they, you know, have a choice of 4 different things, whether it's a jogging suit, a jacket, or a sweater, or whatever it may be. But see, it's a blanket or whatever, but it's their choice. But see, the idea, this is something they be looking for Christmas. And see, sometimes they don't get nothing for Christmas. And it's bad to sitting up in a nursing home, and I hate to say it like this, but you know, they be looking for money, and they only get a certain amount a month. And some of them go through that within a day. But still in all, they need toiletry. They need a lot of other things. But main thing, they need you as an individual to, you know, come and talk to them. Show them that you care about them. Because you know what? They have stories. They have some real life stories. Some of them go back to Korea. Very few that's in nursing homes now is still from World War II. And they have a story to tell, just like I'm a part of Vietnam era. We have stories. And not only just we have stories, you got Desert Storm and all of this. Everyone that served under any kind of condition and everything, you have a story to tell. People need to listen. Because, see, you know, war is hell. Nothing good about war. And the idea we had to come back home, sometimes dismembered and stuff like that. And see, the idea about that, you know, some of them, they need their spirits lifted. Because, see, as we said on our show last week and stuff, had a disabled American veteran here. And he was telling you about the things that he endured, but the things he accomplished. Because, see, the idea, you're not supposed to let a disability get you down. This is not the end of your life or your world. It's the beginning. It's for you to start anew. I mean, you know, not always you could pick up from where you left off at, but you could do something about your life. You don't have to wilter and be on that pity potty. Do something. It's things that you could do for disabilities. They got Olympics for the disabilities. They got a lot of other things. All you got to do is put your foot first forward and try something. You know, that's one thing that we teach as veterans and talk to veterans about. It's things that you could do. And sometimes there's a lot of things here in the city you don't pay attention to that you could go each day. You know, it's something different that the city has to offer. But see, the idea, you will never know unless you participate. People don't like to go to the libraries, but libraries has a lot of things other than books. It's a place of knowledge. It'll tell you about what they offer. Sometimes they give out free tickets. It may be to the museum, maybe to the Shedd Aquarium, but it's the idea of something that you don't have to pay for. We always holler about money. I don't have this, I don't have that. But we don't take the time to look around and see what can we do for ourselves. And this is the things that we should do. Men and women, we need to get together. That's why we have this show, so we can reach out, extend an olive branch to you. Call us. Call us at 312-738-1060 and talk to us. Tell us what you need, because I know you got a problem. We're here to try, and I'm going to say that again, try to solve it. Because that's what this program is about. That's what Herald is for. As they always say, you know, those saying that if you want Harold, you got Harold. And that's his belief. You got him.
You know, Commander, I'm going to be a little controversial because I think we need to wake our audience up. Before we came on the show, you know, we was talking about the draft.
Right.
And, you know, the draft ended back in the latter part of the 70s.
Right. After the Vietnam War started.
we have a major problem throughout our country with our young people
Yes,
from
we do.
17 to 21. And I want folks out there in television land to understand that there are over 70 countries in our the global hemisphere that have mandatory service. Mandatory service. And I found out, and I joined the military. I wasn't drafted. But I found out that once you go into the military, you get discipline
You really
and
do.
you get an education. And that's what our young people need. They need discipline and a controlled environment. And we need to bring the draft back.
Yes,
Congressman
we do.
Charlie Rangel while in New York
Mm-hmm.
was going to bring it to the floor to bring back the draft. Because of the fact that the way things are now, the average rich person kid don't have to go to the military unless they want to join and become an officer.
Mm-hmm.
But the 99%, which are most of your lower middle class and some of your middle class people, black, white, brown, you name it, go to the military. But the rich portion of the 1% kids don't have to go.
And
that's
only
not
that,
fair.
Not only that, because if you notice that now they say that you have to have a come in, caller.
Go ahead, caller.
Yeah,
Hello.
question. Yes, here's my question. Could you tell me where the $21 trillion that the Department of Defense got and can't account for went? Number one. And number two, as far as mandatory military service, can you tell me how good that did for people in Vietnam, Korea, Afghanistan, Iraq, Syria, and so forth and so on, and how the military service is nothing more than a trick to get young people whose heads aren't screwed on too tight to begin with because they are young into a situation where they're killing on the orders of people like George Bush and soon to be, war general Trump and so forth and so on. So you're promoting the idea that this military thing is a sweet ride for people with no.
No, we're not saying it's a sweet life, sir.
A
Okay,
sweet
then
ride.
then it's an option. Then it's an option, and I'm saying it's a lousy option.
Well, I think, sir, that to put it in a more educational framework, it would be broken down into a 5-point program where it will be an option. The military will be an option, and like I say, part of the problem have been from the leadership of older men who sit back and put young people's lives at risk, and that's not what we're about. You got another caller? Go ahead.
Hello, caller.
Yes, good evening. My name is Ray, and I'm a veteran, and I served my country proud, like you fellows have.
Yes.
But what I'm thinking about right now is, why can't this country get together and the dreamers? They love all the free stuff they're getting. They love the education and all of that. But what I want to know is, why can't the government make a deal with them saying, look, you join into the service, any branch you want, for 3 years. And when you finish, you become American citizen, period. Nothing, no, just, you're an American citizen and your immediate family. That would push everybody ahead that really love this country and keep the other ones away. Do you think that's a good idea?
Okay, let me answer that, sir. There was promised that by Mr. Obama, our president, but it was taken away by this present president because he gave them an option. And here it was taken away. Just like a lot of things that the latest president said he was going to do, and once he got up in the office, he did not do.
He did a flip-flop.
So, you know, it's the people, it's the person that's in charge.
Yes, yes. But we're in charge, aren't we?
Well, let me put
If
it
you
to you.
vote, you're in charge.
Right. That's the whole key. Right now,
I don't want
we
to
have.
hear about Obama. I don't want to hear about Trump. We put Trump in, whether we did or not. He's the president, like President Obama used to be president. President Obama didn't do anything for
Hey, caller, let me say this to you.
about these dreamers.
Let me say this to you, caller, and I do thank you for your call and your service. Part of the problem within our ranks of the 99%, we have a major split. Even in the military, we have a major split. Because, see, everything that you just talked about makes good sense. But you got to get people in Washington who think the way we think, not the 1%. Right now, the 1% is running Washington, not us. And the 1% need part of the 99% votes.
They've given us the right to vote.
Yes.
Guess what? We haven't voted the right way. Look at Chicago. 20 years, same thing. All Democrats. Now we have a bunch of aldermen, African American and Hispanic, and it's only gotten worse. So if you vote, vote right.
And that's the key, sir.
Yes. Thank you guys
Thank you.
for putting up with me.
Take
Yes.
care. Thank you very much. And for your service.
And see, Commander, he hit the nail on the head. That's part of the problem in America. We have a split, even when we're in our meetings with CVO. We understand that some veterans see things one way,
That's true.
some veterans see things another way. And the bad part about it, we don't come to a head where we can really solve some of these issues.
And that's what we are, you know, not just with that organization, but with everybody. You know, it's a shame that we are divided. True enough, yes, because we don't see eye to eye to a lot of things. We can hold a good conversation.
Yes.
But see, when it comes down to the real deal and the action, that's where you see the change come from. You know, because see, you know, I'm not saying because you're a Democrat or you're a Republican, but see, you can still be a Democrat and disagree with your own party. Same as the Republican. But see, the idea, we all have to, we have a choice, yes. But see, it's what you do with your choice that counts.
Right. And if you keep voting against your own self-interest, that's another major crisis we're
Yes.
facing. That's why we got what we got in the White House, because we voted against our own self-interest. Sometimes we look at social issues like abortion, women contraceptives. You use that as a voting block, the evangelicals. Look, I understand how you feel about abortion, but there's other key financial issues facing America and our veterans. We should have free dental service at the VA, but we don't, Commander.
No, we don't. It's always stipulation and everything. And as the caller you just said, nothing is free. For us veterans, we still have to prove ourselves. You know, because, see, you know, for one thing, PTSD. It's a lot of things that we walk around with. You know, and some people, some of them don't even know until, you know, you go to the doctor and they start talking to you. And then they'll tell you, you know, you got a ailment. Or do I? Yes, did you know you have PTSD? What's that? And so you walking around don't even know. But see, this is another thing that we go through, you know, because see, the idea as far as being a veteran, we have to suffer. Just like, you know, being a veteran is all right because see, the idea you just serve. But then too, you got to understand, serve what? And who's being served now? That's what counts with a veteran because see, the idea, you did your time. And then now you deserve to have benefits. And I'm saying it like this, if you qualify. But see, this is what they want you to do. You have to qualify. But to every veteran out there, if you feel that you have a case, prove it.
Yeah, you have to prove it.
Go to your doctor. If you have to see a psychiatrist, go to your psychiatrist.
Yes.
But see, the idea, you have to do it on your own, not nobody else. You can't send Skippy or Mary in there for you. You have to do this on your own. A lot of things we have to do on our own. And this is what we have to do.
I want to do a shout out to Congressman Robin Kelly of the 2nd District, because I found out today that she's working with some other congressmen to get dental care for the veterans. Her number is 708-679-0078. Give her office a call. I mean, let 20,000 phone calls hit that office, letting them know we support what she's trying to do. Veterans need dental care.
And you don't have to be no 100%.
Thank you.
But I just want to let everybody know we are here to help you. We support you. And all you got to do, just call us.
And this is your show as a veteran. And if you're a female, we know you got special needs. So get involved. Find an American Legion post that you can support. And see, one thing about the Harold Washington Post, Commander, that we need to bring out, we deal with the alcoholism issue.
Yes, we do.
Every Tuesday.
Yes, we do. We have AA meeting. And then also, we deal with ATP. That's Alcohol Treatment Program. So we have a lot of things for our community. Just come and be there for us.
And we just had a picnic for the community, which was successful.
Every year, in the third week of August, third Saturday of August, every year we have a picnic for the community.
Go ahead, caller.
Caller?
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. You're talking about issues, and I was having an issue with the VA.
Yes.
They send me in to get evaluated by a comp doctor. Now, this comp doctor, this is the second time I wrote letters to the VA about him. All he does is bring me in the room, ask me what's wrong with me, and he, and then he says, I don't know how it goes. They send stuff up to the VA, and my claim back comes denied every time. And he said one time when I went up to last word for hemorrhoids, he never examined me for hemorrhoids, but I had just had a colostomy, and they showed the picture that I had exterior to hemorrhoids. And I just don't understand what's going on with the doctors up there.
Let me ask you this, caller. You have anyone dealing with your case? Like,
Right now,
go ahead.
I'm in the process.
Okay, you need an organization, and you do, because like whether it's the American Legion, VFW, or something like that, you need somebody to speak up for you. We have lawyers, which we call service officers. They fight for you.
Okay, and they have the letters on records of the same doctor I've seen for different ailments. When they send me up there for comp, they have the same letters that I wrote, but nothing gets done. So now I understand, how to go about doing this.
Yes, and then if you feel that you have a problem, it's some.
You can also get in contact with your congressperson and your United States senator. Because, see, they're over the military.
Or the patient advocate.
Or the patient advocate. Commander, thank you, caller, for calling in.
Thank everybody.
It's been a great show because we're here.
We're here.
And we run it.
We do. Thank you, callers.
We want to thank you. Until next time, Hotline, the Harold Washington Post 1987 show is your show.
Thank you.
Until next time.